Hello everyone, and welcome back to Emerald Dragon. Okay, we weren't able to kill Ostrakhan, but we did take care of one of his commanders. Plus, you know, we cut off his arm, so that has to count for something. Let's tell Khosrow the good news. Oh, he seems happy. Oh, thanks a lot, sir. Oh, he was crying? That's even better! Yeah, let's party. Wait a minute, on the right, is that the female light infantry from Romancing Saga 2? Huh. He has the best of the best around here. What is awful? The booze? The food? Oh, right. Ostrakhan still has an army. That's one of the things I actually like about this game, which is that a lot of the difficulties caused by the villain isn't because the main villain is overwhelmingly more powerful on their own than your party. It's that Ostrakhan has an army, and you do not. Yeah, the prince has to go back and lead. Now's not the time for that, Your Highness. Alright. Yeah, I think we can swing that. By the way, keep an eye on these kids is quite a thing to say since everyone in my party is about the same age. At least at the moment. Yeah, he might do that. That's another unusual thing about this. There are no teenagers among your playable character group in this RPG. Is pretty much the lowest that everyone goes. Right, let's go get the old man. He has something that we need. That's a bit of a change for an inn, but I wanted the scene. She totally was. Now then, it's time to head south to the Lost Woods, basically. I only have 3 party members. I need more! The random encounters around here haven't changed. Not here either. Welcome to Unfriendly Town. You know the type. We'll find out what Dadarwa is later. Oh, you're important. Oh, you must be Yaman, the guy that the villagers were talking about. There are things more important than the law, but if you break the law, you die. That guy. Yeah, remember Khosrow said he might help you. Did we miss something? Wow, that was quick. Yep, that's me. Oh yeah. He's gonna help us out, and Yaman is an archer, which is actually pretty strong in this game. Secondly, I did some digging, and apparently Atrushan is actually a really good name for a dragon, because it's an Armenian word that means home of fire. He's actually fairly well equipped right now. His range is Ling, so he can attack from most spots on the battlefield. The reason that crossbows aren't so great is that, while they may technically have higher attack power, they do reduce your available action points, so it's kind of a wash, and you may actually lose damage per round. We don't care about that encounter, we care about the next encounter. Yeah, if you come here without him, you won't be able to see what the false trees are. Just exploring around. And you can't pass through trees until you see their falls. Okay, see these enemies with tons of action points? These are skirmisher-type enemies. They rush in, try to hit you, and then rush to the back of the field to make you chase after them. The thing is, sometimes they don't turn back. Which means that any given skirmisher will either act like it's supposed to, or will become a wheel skeleton. They'll just run up and keep on hitting you, and hitting you, and hitting you until they're out of action points. So either they do a lot of damage, or they make your encounters take much longer. Thankfully, they tend to have some really low defense, so it's easy enough to take them out. But they are probably one of the most annoying enemy types. To give you an idea of how much they lengthen encounters, I cut basically 25 minutes of random encounters from this video. You know, maybe I should keep a tally of how much random encounter I cut. The thing about how I do things, though, is that I don't end a video unless I've accomplished something. Which is one of the reasons I don't do games blind unless they're, you know, older RPGs where I can cut out grinding and stuff and, you know, just leave you with the good bits. One of the things about this forest area is that it's rather disorienting. Okay, so what's your deal, sir? Yep, what's up, sir? Oh! Yeah, one of the things is, this whole invasion by the demon army is not a recent thing. This has been going on for a while. In a lot of other games it's a sudden thing, but not here. Oh wait, the monster's name is Gomez? Well, we can hope that we don't have to fight Morticia first. Well, that's a fair goal. I mean, when's the last time we actually fought a monster boss in this game? The first boss? Oh, why did you do that? Why? You're a mage without a tank. Why did you do that? Oh, that's a special house. Thank you? He really should not have left. We've already seen what happens in Final Fantasy IV when an old mage tries to take on a boss alone. Yeah, basically this guy sells regular healing potions for like 5 times as much. Hey, didn't we find that guy's ring? Wait, what do you mean it's vacant? There was somebody there. Yeah, getting eaten is not a great way to go. I say like I have first-hand experience or whatever. Oh, this is nice. Might as well take advantage of it. This is the only inn in the game that's cheaper than a tent. Okay, no new scenes. So let's get moving. Oh, that must be bagging. Well, not if we kill Gomez first. The encounters here are nothing different from what we faced earlier in the forest. Oh, and I want to go through those trees, but I can't. Such a shame. I really should have used the forest music from East 4 here. I mean, the soundtrack for this game is okay. But it's not consistently great. Okay, new enemies. There's the Skeleton Warrior. Okay, the Living Dead thing isn't a typical zombie and you want to take it out as soon as possible, because that zombie monster can make other enemies invisible. And you can only really run into them by chance, and your AI characters will only attack invisible enemies if they've been attacked by invisible enemies first. For anything else, you need to run around and try to ram into them with Attrition. Minotaurs are just your average brutes. Ta-da! And those are all of the enemy types in this cave. Oh! Oh! Wow! Well, that guy looks creepy, kooky, mysterious, and spooky. The grill staff, for all of the grills. She needs a better staff. Okay, Gomez's cave is not physically large, but it's very, very twisty. Plus, it's full of random encounters that have enemies that can cast invisible, and it also has a skirmisher enemy called the Manticore, which I'm not going to show here, because those encounters took forever. It's one of the reasons I'm grateful that emulators have a fast-forward button. Ah, okay. Not much more to say here, just, you know, moving around. Yeah, the dungeons may not be that interesting, but at least they're fairly short. I'm looking at you, Lagoon. Oh, and that fireball does damage. pretty large chunk of damage, too, like, oh, 400 hit points. Since tents are dirt cheap, I can just use those whenever I want. And this is why I was avoiding the green goo. Yep, everything with those green splats on them, those are all damage tiles. Finally, something to replace the greatsword. The problem with the greatsword is that while it's strong, it actually reduces your available action points. Also, the Holy Blade is one of those weapons that we couldn't afford in one of those earlier towns. Well, that's one way to retreat, so now we have to go all the way back around again to follow Gomez. Okay. Yeah, there were so many encounters in here that I began to wonder if, once again, if this game was calling in reinforcements from other RPGs. Well, there he is. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. No wonder you clammed up when we were talking about Baggin before. Wow! Baggin is a tough old guy. Well, he's right over there, so we can deal with him pretty soon. Oh. Well, let's hear him out. So what's your story, sir? Oh. Yeah, the fighting has gone on for decades. Tell us more, sir. And that explains why she got a weird feeling from Phytoma's ring. Okay, what are you going to do, though you're kind of mortally wounded? Okay, we now have the second of the dragon treasures, and Farna actually got a pretty big power boost. She went from level 15 to 28, which means she can now use the second tier healing spell, which cures about 1,500 hit points. And that's gonna be a big help to us because we just got a new dragon power. And save before a boss fight, as usual. Okay, so Baggin did a number on him, but we've got to finish the fight. Okay, Gomez is fast, uses some decent magic, and is pretty tough in melee. But we can take out his backup dancers, or mostly so, thanks to the Purple Dragon Crystal. Just be sure Atrishan can outspeed the others in the battle, otherwise, well, things can go pretty badly. Well, they can. That doesn't necessarily mean they will. Now, if Farna has the bunny knife, interesting things can happen. But first, take out this guy, and now, watch. Feel the power of the bunny knife. And done. Well, that takes care of that. Yeah, we better head back up there and see what's going on. Besides, we don't have any actual leads towards the next dragon treasure anyway. So I'm just gonna skip the trek back. You know, after I save. Buh? Yeah, she's in the anger stage at the moment. Okay, back to the village. Now let's head back to Phytoma's house. And that must have been, Farna's mother. Well, her real mother, anyway. Because we get the Mother's Ribbon, which is a very useful accessory that only Farna can equip. Okay, let's get moving. Yep, everything's good. Be seeing ya. Okay, but we really liked your archery. Yeah, he was really helpful, actually. Well, there is a lot to worry about at the moment. Oh yeah, it's full of demons. Well, that's it for this video. I'll be seeing you all next time when we finally figure out how the prince is doing. Gonna save up, and I'll be seeing you then. Goodbye!